Hey y'all, my name is Taylor. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. And in today's video, I am announcing the 2025 Once Upon a February Readathon. So I'm so excited to bring this readathon back. The first one was last year, so this is the second annual Once Upon a February Readathon. So I'm so excited. I had so much good feedback last year from those who participated. Even some of y'all had never even heard of fairy tale retellings and discovered it because of this readathon. Got so much good feedback, which we did incorporate into this year's readathon prompts and things like that. So I really appreciated all of y'all's involvement last year, and I hope this year will be even better. So as far as logistics go, if you participated last year, you'll know that I created this readathon as kind of a birthday celebration because my birthday is in the month of February. I love fairy tale retellings. There's something about them that just kind of is just a comfort read for me. It's like light fantasy. There's always romance most of the time in them, and I don't know, they're just like candy to me. So I wanted to support the genre and the clean fiction side of things. So I created this readathon last year. And if you've been following my videos for the past couple of months, you'll know that I am pregnant and I'm due in February. And so I am going to participate as much as I can up until the birth, and then after that, no, but I wanted to jumpstart it and put it in the hands of my lovely co-hosts. By the way, all of them are the same as last year. So they are Celestia, Cat from Cat Stories, Christy A. Cole, Katie from Paperbacks and Ponytails, and Reese from the Writing Songbird. And you'll see me looking down is making sure that my pregnancy fog brain stays on track and says everything I need to and correctly. So yeah, all of them agreed to do this again. So I'm so happy that they were interested and willing to do it again. And look, I'll have them in the description box. If you aren't just subscribed already, make sure you do that. Check out their videos related to the readathon. They will definitely have a lot more content than I will, most likely, about it. So we'll see how the pregnancy goes. You know, you never know with babies. So at the very least, I'm making my announcement, and then I will participate as I can. Anyways, so this readathon does last the entire month of February. Based on y'all's feedback, we do have some different prompts, and the levels that we had last year are different as well. So there's lots of changes, but I hope that they are improvements. So let's go over the prompts first, and I have a few recommendations for those as well, but I also want to tell you about the levels after all that. So as far as the prompts, I will have the lovely graphic here, but in order to participate in this readathon, you need to have read at least one clean fairy tale retelling. That is the only requirement to consider participating in a readathon. So that is True Love's Kiss. It's right smack in the middle of the graphic. So I'll just say that one first because that is what makes you be able to participate. As far as the other prompts, you do not have to read a fairy tale retelling for the other prompts. You can use whatever genre, whatever. Just one book that you read has to be a fairy tale retelling. Anything else, additionally, you can use whatever genre. Our hope was that by making the prompts more broad and that would make it more easy for more people to participate. So also, while I'm thinking about it, you can use one book to fill as many prompts as you can. So theoretically, you could have one book to fit all prompts, and if you end up doing that, I'd be very interested to know, because that is very creative and exciting. So as far as the other prompts go, like I said, we try to make them as broad as possible so that you can use them however you see fit. So I do have a few recommendations that are fairy tale retellings in case you need help finding some, But a lot of these I don't have recommendations for because I feel like you could probably find something fairly easily on your own. So the first prompt is quest. The story has a journey in it. So you could really stretch this however you see fit. It could be a physical journey where the character is going from point A to point B. They need to find something. They could be on a spiritual journey, like you could even use this for nonfiction or a biography, like someone coming to faith, or you know, you're on a journey of love. You could even stretch it that far. So you could really make this one work for you. But as far as the recommendations that I have that would fit this prompt, one of them is Married at Sunrise by Leihaloha Humphreys. This is a King Thrushbeard retelling. So basically that fairy tale retelling, if you haven't, or that fairy tale is, if you've never heard of it, is this bratty princess, usually she's bratty, but she refuses to marry everybody, so her king, I think in this book it's her brother, I'm not sure if it's always her brother, but the king says the next person that walks in the door is gonna be the one you marry. So it is a marriage of convenience, oftentimes enemies to lovers type trope, and this one is set in a world that is very reminiscent of Hawaii. Like you get more of like the tropical vibes. Like the setting I really enjoyed, like the atmosphere, the world building, I loved. I personally did not like the romance as much, but there are plenty of people that I follow, even some of my co-hosts have rated this 5 stars. So it just kind of depends on your personal preference, but I would highly recommend it if you are interested. The next book I have for this prompt for a journey is actually the second book in a series, and you do need to read them in order, but book 1 would fit another prompt, so you could read books 1 and 2 as a duology. So this one is A Sea of Golden Chains by Callie Thomas. This one is basically a Little Mermaid retelling, but the human turns into a mermaid instead of the mermaid turning into, well, there's that too, but the main purpose of this book is that the human turns into a mermaid. So I do have Goodreads reviews for all of these. There's content warnings. This particular series, I do want to caution, it is a little bit more passionate in the love department than I typically read, but it's still clean, if that makes sense. So I would just caution if you're cautious about that. Just know that going into it or avoid it, but you can check out my Goodreads for more details. But yes, this is book 2, so there's that one. The next prompt is Magical Creature. The story has an animal in it, or you could even say there's an animal on the cover. Usually if they're on the cover, I guess they're in the story too, but you know, there's some kind of animal creature in the story. Could be, you know, a significant character, could be the main character, a side character, animal companion, what have you. So this is where book 1 in that duology comes into play as far as my recommendations go. And it is A Forest of Stolen Memories, and there is the animal companion. It's a little bird, and he is too cute. But yeah, he actually does play a pretty significant role in this story. This one is about this girl mentally wakes up in the process of being married, and she has no memory whatsoever, doesn't know who she is, doesn't know who the guy sitting in front of her is, doesn't know what's happening, kind of figures it out on her own. So she flees him and runs to the enchanted forest and meets a stranger, a dark, tall, handsome stranger in the forest, and he agrees to help her out to escape this guy that's pursuing her. That's, you know, she doesn't know, she has a bad feeling about him. So this girl, she figures out her name is Rose, and Rose discovers she has the ability to basically communicate with animals, and one of them is this little guy here, and he becomes her companion. So that is book 1. The second book I have for this prompt is The Prince and the Sea Witch by A.G. Marshall. And this is a really short novella. You can knock it out pretty quickly. It is a Little Mermaid retelling, but what do you call it? It's a villainous retelling, meaning that the sea witch is actually the good guy and the Little Mermaid is pretty evil. So the sea witch, she is kind of more like, she's not evil. She's kind of creating concoctions. They're called potions in the story, but they are meant to help people. So, and then she's just kind of an outsider. People misunderstand her, so they call her the sea witch. So yeah, it is really, really cute. And there is an otter in it. And I swear he is the cutest animal companion I've ever read. He's like a dog. she plays fetch with him and everything. I immediately thought of this book as the one that would fit this prompt the best, actually. The next prompt is Hidden Identity, a new to you author. So this is one of the ones where I meant that you can choose whatever you want to. So just an author you've never read before, go for it. And the next one is Prince, has more than one perspective. So my thought process behind this one was usually dual perspective, like you have the female and then you have the male perspective. But I'm not limiting it to just dual perspective. You can have however many perspectives that a book has, so more than one. And I could not, for the life of me, think of a good one for this. I think you could probably count from what my memory serves, and I can't really tell because it doesn't have like you know, the name of each character at the top of per chapter or whatever, but I think you could probably count this one, which is The Healer's Apprentice by Melanie Dickerson. And this is a Sleeping Beauty reimagining, loosely based story, and there's elements of Sleeping Beauty in here, so that's why I was kind of thinking like that would probably work, because there is a part where she is asleep and you see what was happening with the prince for his side of things. So yeah, if you can't tell, I am all in favor of making a prompt work for you based on whatever books you read. So this is my light recommendation for that one if you can't find anything else and you're interested in it. This is a Christian author, so there are Christian themes in here. She is kind of more of a YA level writer. Some people don't like her because she is kind of more simplistic. So just go know that going into it. Like, this is kind of more fluffy, if that makes sense. But I think there was a good message in here too, a good Christian message. Faithful Companion, your favorite genre. So, mine is fairy tale retelling, so this works out perfectly. Yeah, so whatever you want to read, that's your favorite genre, you can count it for those prompts, so go for it. Beauty, something beautiful about the story or the book. So the cover could be beautiful in your opinion. There could be beauty in, like, the word beauty in the title. You could read a Beauty and the Beast retelling. Even if it's not that particular retelling, if the character's name is Belle, means beauty, that would work too. Usually if you're reading a fairy tale retelling, the female main character is beautiful. Or, you know, you could go the wrong route of they're a beautiful person. So, or you have a beautiful message from it. You could really stretch this one too. And I have to give props to Chantel from Chantel Reads All Day. I was truly inspired by her Read Your Bookshelf challenge. This, I think, is a prompt for January, so you could even get caught up for her reading challenge for this readathon. So yeah, I thought that prompt would fit perfectly with the fairy tale retellings readathon. So I have to give credit to her for that. As far as my recommendations for the beauty prompt, Before Beauty by Brittany Fisher. This, obviously, beauty is in the title. I think the cover is pretty beautiful as well, and I'm pretty sure she's beautiful too, so all checks around for the beauty category. This is a Beauty and the Beast retelling. One of my favorite versions of this retelling, and I really need to continue on with the series. I bought the whole series for myself for Christmas, so I need to continue on. I may or may not reread this for this readathon. We'll see. But yeah, this is really good. I love this one. This author is Christian, although this book series is not marketed as Christian fiction. I think you could, at least with the first book, you could really consider it having strong Christian messages, potential Christian allegory. So there's that too. So I really want to try and get to that one soon. As far as a beautiful cover, I have To Break a Silence by Lydia May. I just love this cover. It's just something about it I just really love. But that is also another Little Mermaid retelling. Super sweet. I really enjoyed it. Stroke of Midnight. Read a BookTuber recommendation. So it could be myself, one of the other co-hosts, as far as like what to read for this readathon, any of their recommendations, that would work. Or if you heard about a book that you really just want to get to and you heard about it from someone on BookTube, that would count too. Last prompt is Slay the Dragon. Read a book that you meant to read last year. So who of us doesn't have one that would fit this prompt? It doesn't have to be one that you meant to read for this readathon, although that would be cool. Just some book that you meant to read last year that you're kind of pushing it into 2025, that would work too. So those are all of the prompts. We also have levels for this readathon. So there are 3 different levels, and you have to meet the requirements in order to get to the level, obviously. So this year, you do not have to contact any of us in order to get the graphic. You can actually go to my description box, and there's a link to a Google photo drive that has the graphic for the prompts, but also for the levels as well. So you could do however you wish. If you want to upload the graphic into your social media as you reach the level, or if you want to wait till the end of the month to get the graphic, you can do that too. Whatever you want to do, but we are leaving it open to you to get them yourself. They just have it all in one place so you can get it easy peasy. So the most basic level is the Maiden Night level, which is what you need in order to participate in this readathon. Read one clean fairy tale retelling book. The level up from that would be Princess or Prince, and this means you got a bingo. So we purposely narrowed down the prompts this year to 9 so that we could create a bingo board so you could hopefully reach that prompt. And then the ultimate level would be the Queen King level. And this is a blackout, so you fill all the prompts. Even if that's just with one book, you met all of the prompts. You get to be a queen or a king. So I really hope that you'll choose to participate this year. Let me know in the comments if you have any great fairy tale retellings that you would recommend. I would love to hear those as well. Yeah, I am so excited to see what all you guys read and all the participation. I hope it's even better than last year. And last year I was so blown out of the water by the level of excitement for it. So I'm hoping this year will be even more fun for everybody. And yeah, if you have any questions, just feel free to let me know. Don't forget to check out the other co-host videos as well. And yeah, I think that's it. If I forgot anything, I will put it in the description box. But talk to y'all later. Bye, y'all.